to Hateley Motorsport, where Steve's gonna get a parcel that he's way excited about.
Pretty much.
Just look at that smile.
Welcome to Hateley Motorsport. Today we've got a race part delivery that's finally turned up. I was going to make a video about CC and some heads, but I broke my barrette. I put the box on top of it. So I've got to order another one of them, wait for that to turn up next week. Right now I've got some parts that I got out of, I think it's actually called the Perfomance Warehouse. Either way, got some race parts, some things that are a little bit different to a lot of the guys and the other trucks use. So I thought I'd open up this box. I've been champing at the bit to open up this box all day, find out what's in there, which I know what's in there anyway, and talk about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Oh, I can get the box open. That's not even the lid. The right way helps. Alright. So the first thing you do when you order race parts is you check for an invoice so you can hide it before your missus finds it. And there's not one in here, so we're good. Perfomance Warehouse, get your parts from them because they don't put invoices in the box, and that's a good thing. Wish race parts people had learned that. Start with this one. The biggest one in the box. Now this should be, which I think it is, yep. Our fuel cell. That works. So this is our fuel cell, 20 litre fuel cell. Rule state we need to have a 20 litre tank in it. No more than 20 litre, or no more than 25 I think. Most of the guys run a 20 litre jerry can they use as a fuel cell. Now, I really don't know why, because for the price of a good quality 20 litre jerry can, that's what this is worth. Not very dear to buy a proper fuel cell. Actually, wait there a second.
You got the old one?
Yeah. So this is the sucker I cut out of it. You're putting fittings in them and they leak, and look, at decent jerry cans worth about the same as what a proper fuel cell's worth. So originally I tried to get a powder coated one and they rang me up, they were out of the powder coated ones, they had to give me a polished one. Doesn't really matter, we're not real picky with the truck, so whatever works. It's cheap and easy, got the right fittings on it, plugs. Yeah, let's see if the sucker's going to fit. Yeah, I have to make up some brackets, but it'll fit there somewhere. There. No, I'll work that out, but it'll fit. So, first part, fuel cell. Alright, now the next bit, which consists of about 3 bits. These trucks, I've driven a few of these trucks for different guys, and the one complaint I've always had about driving them is that none of the brakes fucking work at all. They're terrible. So, with this sucker, universal hot rod booster. So we're going to run a proper modern style brake booster system. A decent master cylinder. bloody heavy, that thing. Should also have, which will be here, residual pressure valves and a brake bias adjuster. Alright, so the braking system's on these trucks, right? Now originally up here, they run a normal old master cylinder, manual master cylinder, no booster. They run these old archaic brake booster, like remote servo brake booster systems in them. These things didn't work when they were new, let alone now that they're, I don't know, what's this truck, about 60 odd years old, they really don't work. They make the brake slow to react. You put your foot on the brake, it takes like 3 seconds for them to start working. And even then they don't work real good. So we've just gone back to a basic old booster master cylinder system. I've got plenty of room up in the firewall to mount the master cylinder, the booster and master cylinder, so we're just going to go with that. Should make the brakes quicker to react and work properly. And a few guys are the opinion that, oh, you know, brakes are only to slow down and you don't need them. And no, brakes are to make the car turn, not to slow down. This thing's 2.5 tonne. I need all the help I can to get the thing to turn. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we can adjust the brake bias right, get the truck, it's a truck. Get the truck nice and balanced right. Residual pressure valves. We actually run these in the wingless sprint too. These are 10 PSI runs. We only run 2 PSI in the springs. And all they do is hold a little bit of line pressure against the cylinders to keep the cylinders full of fluid and the seals out, ready to go. So that when you put your foot on the brake, they work straight away. There's no, you don't have to push them halfway down to get them to work. Your factory cars, your normal cars that you drive on the street have these in them. But, yeah, obviously with this setup, we've got to put them in as a separate piece. And that's it today. Our first delivery of race parts for the race truck. Hopefully it's going to work out all right. So as I said, I got these from Perfomance Warehouse in Melbourne. They're pretty good to deal with. I just ordered them online. They actually rang up about the fuel tank the next morning and said, oh, we haven't got any, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't give a stuff, mate. Just send the polished one, that'll be fine. And that's all for today. We'll get, hopefully this weekend, I'll get some of this gear mounted up and worked out. I've got to sort out my brake pedals. I've actually changed the way the brake pedals work in this truck a little bit. Hopefully we're going to have it, after driving the wingless for a few years now, I've got used to the left foot brake thing, which I never used to do when I raced a stinking old girl's car. With these trucks, where the steering column runs, you can't get your feet from one side to the other. So I'm going to modify these brake pedals so I can actually get it from both sides with both feet and run a left foot brake. That's it for today, because I'm lame and I broke my barrette. We're going to strip that engine down. I've got to... I didn't need to. There was nothing wrong with the engine, but I just couldn't help myself. So, going to pull that down. Going to give that just a little bit of a clean up, throw some rings and bearings in it, and clean the heads up a little bit. Not clean the heads up, because we're not allowed to touch the heads. Knock the compression up a little bit on the heads, just a bit more power. But I'll show you that in hopefully the next video when the barrette turns up in a couple of days' time. Otherwise, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we'll get this sucker running. Hopefully we'll get the wingless going. I've still got nothing done on that. That's been neglected in the corner. And we'll see you next time.